Hello everyone. Oh, get my microphone. Hello everyone. The last video, not today's video, but yesterday's for you guys, video that I uploaded has actually done pretty well, and I'm quite happy. I have had a bit of feedback on the music. Some were saying it was a little bit too loud, which it's one of those things that if I don't, it's one of those things that I'm still toying with which way I'm going to go with the music, whether I'm just going to keep it in creepy videos or what. And I didn't have that much downloaded music-wise, so I probably, in retrospection, put it in because it was quite a serious video. So, but yeah, John seems to think that his makeup launch was successful, and actually, I will show you. 1 second. Here we go. Right, you can see everything I see. Okay. There we go. Okay, this is his Twitter. I'll increase this there so you guys watching can read it. This is his pinned tweet where he's calling out Laura Lee for a makeup launch she's focusing on, and he says, "Don't focus on only putting in a semi-effort so far." Then there's people. He's saying this. These ones are in response to the incident that happened over the weekend. It's ridiculous because he seems to think that people are upset unjustly and that his makeup line was perfect. It's sorry, I'm flooding you with late feed. Because I don't care. That must be depressing for them. And these are like all the different things. And in a lining of each of Kuckian's lip collection inner boxes is made with artifact foam used to transport precious artifacts out of Egypt. Whatever. Sorry I'm flooding the feed, I'm so proud. Taking it to create from scratch, the marketing images, the videos, the website, which was flawed. Everything. Doesn't include Pharaoh's Curse, Yellow Savages, then Kuckian Cosmetics looks pretty good, in my opinion. Everyone who bought tickets to the event is getting fully refunded. I offered to send them free makeup, completely free of charge, to say sorry about the issues with the venues. Apparently someone is running their mouth, saying I blocked them on Twitter for asking for a refund. You can contact the website we hosted the event through and ask them. Every single person received a full refund, plus I offered to send out over $1,000 worth of makeup out of my own money. Every single person has purchased a ticket and contacted via email. If you're going to spill tea, please make sure it's relevant and fresh. I don't think there's any question that my collection is absolutely stunning, made pure with intention. Someone who has no achievement sees someone else doing well. I guess it makes them feel a certain type of way. Now, I don't know who he's saying this towards, whether it's Petty, whether it's Peter, whether it's Martin, or any of the others of us that have talked about this. But I would be careful if I was John, because not everybody puts their entire life on the platform. And then someone replied to him saying, screw them, they're just hemorrhaging because you're making you're making a living. And he says, I'm chasing my dream and they're sat on their asses doing fuck all with their lives. I ain't mad. I said, well, I hope they enjoy scrubbing toilets, which is fine. That's their opinion. But I wouldn't come for somebody like, say, Peter or Martin, because you don't know what jobs they do have, and Martin has a reputation for trying his best to be as fair as possible. Granted, some of the language and some of the things he says are a bit weird to me, but that's just me. But he does try to have as much receipts and as much information as possible. And if that's about Peter, then that's weird, considering that Peter is quite successful in his job. He has a full-time job despite doing YouTube full-time as well. The fact that he seems to think that this release is successful gives me a headache. And also, he's been quiet for the last 2 days. His last tweet was the 28th, and it's currently the 30th. And he's in the UK, which I am as well. It's not that cold that his internet will stop working. Now, there is also the fact that it's come out that one of the ingredients that he posted on his Snapchat, actually, I will go on to the Snapchat, and I want to do this so you don't get it doubled over. Let's have a look. So yeah, this is the chemical that is banned, that he showed on his website. Now, I did mention this on Twitter, and somebody tweeted me back and said, yeah, it is banned in the US. However, it is one of those things that people do still use it even though it's banned. Which to me is ridiculous. That if it's banned, then nobody should be using it. I know in this country we're trying to ban it as well. Snapchat. Let's have a look. No, can't. Not once did he mention ingredients. Don't really want to do this because I don't want to give him money, but ingredients list is posted on Instagram. No, they should be on the website, John. Right, search John Kuckian. No ingredients. No ingredients. No ingredients. No ingredients. Bitch, where? Doesn't it just say that underneath? Ingredients list posted on Instagram and Snapchat since the website update seems to be delayed. I've just been on your Instagram. There is no ingredients list on Instagram. Oh. Anybody who buys this is really it's dangerous to me. Sorry, but it is. But the fact that he's saying that the ingredients list is on Instagram, when it would literally take his brother, who's an IT expert, 5 minutes to literally put the ingredients list into the website. I used to do that for somebody. I used to do that coding for somebody. It is so unbelievably easy just to add ingredients lists onto a website. It seems to be delayed. Well, if you're in charge of the website, why is it delayed? Oh. But I think one of the reasons is because everybody's saying, well, why haven't you posted the ingredients list? And then there is a chance that he's posted the ingredients list, and something's kicked off, so he's took it off, because one of the ingredients shouldn't be being used, which is this ingredient. Ooh. The fact that people are buying into the whole makeup line and buying into his whole shtick really scares me, because he's a master manipulator. I think probably the only person, well, there's a handful of people on YouTube that are worse, but the one that comes to mind is the villain of YouTube, Onision. And the fans seem to have a similar mentality, because I had one comment that said, look, the information that you're saying is correct, you're intelligent, your delivery is quite good, but you seem a bit reserved, and there is a reason behind that. Let's see if I can find the picture. I don't know how to do that though. I don't know how to share that just right now. I have on my first, it was either my first or my second ever John video that I did, a comment. See if I can find, well, I know where it is, I just need to find out how I can share it with you guys. Comments. I hate comments. So look. Right, let me have a look. No, not that one. Window capture. Right. I'm just showing you right, this. Let's see if that helps any. Let's see if this helps any. Let's have a look. Window capture 3. Right. There we go. These is some of the reasons why, because these are the nasty messages. Nasty. So much for breaking into your house and stab you to death. I mean, it's not like your fat greasy ass could run, just like petty pig propaganda. Fat nasty, you can't even breathe. Haha, kill yourself. Ain't nobody raping you. Now, luckily, none of that's happened on this video, and one, if not, let's see, This is the one. This one has actually been called out for doing this with other channels as well. Right, so there we go. So that's one of the reasons why I'm a little bit reserved when I talk about John, is because of the nastiness that I do get in response to when I talk about John. No, I haven't. Oh, Stephen, oh, bless you, bless your cotton socks. He's a drama channel that calls makeup gurus out on their shitty makeup and shitty formulas, and that they don't have ingredients lists and things like that. And he released a makeup line on Saturday. The website was an absolute joke. There's no ingredients list anywhere. I've just gone onto one of his videos and he says that it's on his Instagram. I've just been to his Instagram, there's nothing there. It's not on the website. I don't have his Snapchat, and I've actually blocked him on Snapchat. That's pretty much the gist of it, but the problem is he's scammed people before. He supposedly sold some ringtones that he didn't have the right to sell on iTunes to raise money for charity, but the math doesn't add up. There is I've done a couple of videos on this with regards to the other issues, but Stephen, if you think Joy's bad, at least with Joy, she has two people that she goes after, and that's it. John goes after everybody, and then when he does the same thing, he expects everybody to, to let it lie. He's accused Peter of sexting him and has been really mean on Peter's videos in the comments, which he deleted, of course. Doesn't surprise me. Now, Peter, I like what he says, and some of the stuff that he says I do agree with. He's a bit too loud for me, for my liking, but that's just me. It's the same reason why why I stopped watching Joy, because she was too loud. Obviously I'm going to be loud now because I'm on a headset. Usually one of the reasons why I'm not loud is because I know it really, really gets people's goals. He's been saying for months, just when I stopped watching him, he was having issues with Peter, where apparently he got sick of Peter DMing him and asking him, can you send people to my channel in one of your videos, and it's like, you don't put people on blast when you're part of the same community. The only problem is with the drama community is, and people say to me, yep, you're a drama channel. No, I'm not. I'm just what I call a social commentary channel, because I comment on things that are wrong. I don't just comment on petty drama. If I did that, I would literally never stop recording. But, oh God. But thank you very much for that info, Sarah. Can't believe that. Oh. And the fact that this is another thing that really pees me off about John. When Martin lost his YouTube channel, John was gloating on You Now, and the fact that he expected people to ignore that he was doing that in You Now is mind-blowing. It really is mind-blowing. I don't go on You Now that often, which is a bit of a shame. I really should go on it more. But it's one of those things that the YouTube drama community is, and I hate saying this word, problematic, because there are so many people doing the exact same stories, and there is only so many ways you can tell the same story when it's a real event, when it's something that actually happened and there's evidence and there's witnesses. Fictional story, you can tell 1,000 different ways, because there's different ways of doing it, there's different languages, things like that. But there was that time that he accused Sanders of stealing from him, and That caused one of my first mistakes, because one of my first videos was I did some videos defending John against what Sanders was saying. Obviously, those videos are no longer on my channel, but because I have since seen the light and realised that John isn't as nice as it comes across, or he makes people think that he is. And it's one of those things that telling drama stories isn't a big issue, and it can be done, like I said, the same. It can only be done so many ways. You'll have the same channel that'll be covered by Karina, Peter, Martin, John, and Sanders, right? And Petty Page. So that's 6 people, six of the main drama channels, right? And there will be overlap on the way they tell stories, especially when you think of the language that Petty Page and Sanders have is very similar. Some of the language that Sanders and John has is similar, and the same with Peter and the same with Martin. There are overlaps in language because the main language of the 3 people involved all speak English. But they're saying, well, he's saying, well, he stole the way I told my story. It's like, no, you can only tell a story so many ways. And the fact that he calls so many people out on something, ingredients list, private labeling, things like that, and then he's been found, and I think this is the second time now that he's been found to be private labeling, and he's having to deal with a lot of this. It's like I say, I've been on his Twitter earlier on in the stream. I'll go back onto it now. This is his Twitter. His last tweet was 2 days ago, and it was a retweet because he was having a conversation with somebody. The plain simple fact that people still believe him, to me, is shocking, absolutely shocking. And the fact that he's saying something about somebody that is essentially his contemporary, and somebody that is in the same group of YouTube, is astounding. And another thing that I've called him out on in the past is that he said, this will make some of you laugh, he said, I'm the biggest drama channel on the platform. Actual facts. I will show you the biggest drama channel on the platform. Because I do disagree with Margot on this, because a lot of people do correlate drama, social commentary, and news channels together. And I did that in a specific quote. Drama channels literally comment on everything, usually makeup related, guru related, things like that, as well as some of the other stuff. Then you've got social commentary, sort of talk about that when it becomes a problem. Like, say, for example, Jeffree Star, when the whole racist issue came out, then obviously people spoke about it in the social commentary network. Or when it comes to something like this where there's a scam, some of us will talk about it, because I'm generally somewhere in the social commentary. And then you've got news, which is the like of the Young Turks, Philip DeFranco, people like that. This is the biggest drama channel on the platform. This one, with 3.1 million subscribers. You know, it's the fact that he thinks he's better than everybody else really gets my goat. But like I said, with a bit of luck, he will realise what he's done. Why his website says that you can't even order for January is ridiculous. That if it's a company that's supposed to be selling a large amount, and it is a company that holds a warehouse. Makes no sense. Jeffree Star, for example, he owns his own company and it's his own makeup line, and he designs the formula, which is supposedly what John's done. But yet, Jeffree pretty much has stock on all the time unless it's a limited edition item. John doesn't seem to have any stock. And I really feel for the first person who actually buys the makeup and puts it on the face. And it's shocking that people still believe this guy. It really is shocking that people trust it. And it doesn't surprise me per se, because and it's just the way people are. But it does surprise me. Sorry, my hair is crazy today. It doesn't surprise me because people latch onto somebody and then they think that they'll be all and end all. That's how you get people like Kuckian and John and Joy, where they worship the ground they walk on. And it's like, use your own brain. When I watched John, which I think it was about a couple of weeks, a month maybe, when I was watching John, things didn't seem to add up. So then obviously I would then say to people, good. Actual fact, I will tweet her now. I will find her. Actual fact, I will find her now. Margot. I'll just tweet her now. And the fact that he goes after people when he doesn't, and he says things when he doesn't know the first thing about them, is ridiculous. It really is. Tweet. I done a live stream and one of the guys mentioned you're doing a video on John. If I have no, if you need anything from me. There you go. So I've tweeted her. But why go after somebody when you don't even know them? You don't even know their life. Peter Mann. Right, that's right. I'm going to do it so you can see what I'm doing, because I'm jumping from one thing to another. Right. Like I say, I'm not a huge fan of Peter, but nobody deserves the crap that John is doing to people, whether it's his own fan base or whether it's people in the same community that he's in. Right, one sec. I'm going to mute you for a second so I can. Let's have a look and see if it shows any screen grabs. I hope it does. It might not do, because he might not have been able to catch him before John deleted him. The fact that none of this makes any sense, and John seems to be thinking that this whole entire release has gone well and that it's perfect and that everything's great. Fuck off. Excuse my French. I keep trying my best not to swear because I have a swearing problem, but sometimes you just have to. But it's hypocritical that John's saying, yeah, but the ingredients in one of his videos, the ingredients list is on Instagram. No, it's not. Bitch, where? If I had the Vine, I'd play it right now. But oh, this guy. Could somebody please tell me when this nightmare is over? I don't know how people still believe it. I really don't. I have no idea how people still believe this shit that it comes out like. It really, really, really does test the patience of a saint. Anybody in their right mind would literally turn around and told him where to go by now. And the fact that some of his fans don't do, it's demented. And the fact that his community is supposed to be all about positivity and light, and then people within his community and within his fan base are literally giving death threats. Like I said, the death threats I received were about 9 months ago now. But it's one of the reasons why I don't do videos on John all the time. It's why I only do them when it's absolutely necessary, because that's where I've got most of my death threats from. Which is, I shouldn't feel like that. Now if I get them, I just literally report them, delete. That's it. They're done. But the fact that he's going on another YouTuber's videos, who's in the same part of YouTube that he is, that he essentially does very similar things to the way he does, and start saying things to him and saying that he cleans houses and things. What? Well, I hope they like scrubbing toilets. I'm chasing my dream, whether I sit on her ass, he's doing fuck all with their lives. I ain't mad. No, he's just a very, very, very happy man. He's got a husband, and I think he owns his own business, and he's very successful. He does a full-time job, plus he does YouTube full-time, and he can balance those two successfully while having a happy marriage, whereas John struggled to do videos full-time and college. Well, over here we call it university. And this is another thing that confuses me. It's apparently he was supposed to go back to college this year. Or so he said in a video earlier in the year. That's not happened. Also, his business is based in London. But he's supposed to be going to college in Newcastle, which is not far from where I live. Literally. I don't think anyone has talked about it yet, but that's according to Kuckian magazine. So yeah, there's on the website it mentions. I did mention it in my video because I was reading stuff off the website. There's a magazine in the works as well, and it's like, first of all, nobody reads magazines anymore. Now, if you expand the website into something similar to, say, BuzzFeed, then I could understand that, but nobody reads actual physical magazines. And if the magazine was to ever happen, it would literally be himself serving himself that he's the greatest person on the platform. He's awesome. But yeah, Margot will probably go for him. And I actually agree with you on this one. The fact that he's trying to say that we're all jealous of him. No, we're not. We're just worried about people buying your makeup that doesn't have a ingredients list on the website, having an allergic reaction, and ending up in hospital People are also worried about the fact that not everybody seems to have received a refund yet. And also, on that fact, people are also worried about the fact that there is, on the website, that there is going to be a charitable foundation. Now, if that were me, I would have had the website up, running, and working properly before all this happened. I would have had the charity set up and sorted by now. Oh. In PRC was that? PRC. Just let me look that up. I'm just looking that up. People's Republic of China. That means it's cheap shit. Sorry, that's not very nice. But to me, People's Republic of China, a lot of the stuff that you get in China, yes, is cheap, and I'm going off the stuff that because I do buy things from China, but not often, because when I have bought things from China, they don't work, and they go wrong, they crack, they break. I think the only thing I've ever had from China that's not gone wrong yet is a black lipstick I have. Then I don't wear makeup that often, so I don't use it that often. That's the only thing I've ever had from China that's not gone nasty on me. Now, it's a formal name for China PLC may also refer to content, one organisation, politics, science, technology, blah blah blah. PRC Cosmetic Car Repairs. That's a place in Leeds that's got a very similar name. Yeah, People's Republic of China. Its website said ingredients shipped from Italy to Japan. So, like, he's straight up lying, yeah, because why? If I have a makeup line and I'm shipping from multiple countries, that means that every single one of those countries is working off the same formula, which basically means every single one of those companies have to meet the regulations of that particular country. Now, if he's trying to, I need to double check this before I say it. I'm not 100% sure. Let me just double check. Makeup laws testing China. Mandatory animal testing. Now, Kuckian cosmetics. Let's have a look. Yeah, it says here public. Right, I'll show you what I'm looking at now. Right. So it says here, cruelty-free international shipping, publication. The world's first publication dedicated solely on shadow casting, the finest makeup artistry, product design, blah blah blah. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can find out. Cruelty-free. Canada and Australia. Okay, so it doesn't say China. I needed to double check that. Your order may be sent to another country if insufficient stock is available in your country. So, across Europe, the United States, Canada, and Australia. Right. So, and it says your order may be sent from another country if insufficient stock is. In other words, that makes no sense, John. If stock is unavailable, you don't need the word inefficient, you just need an un in front of the available. Please note, we do not control and are not responsible for customs, blah blah blah. Now, one of the reasons why he's not selling in China is because there's no YouTube in China. But I know products sold in China. Yes, you're quite right. That's what I was double checking. But stuff shipped out and sold elsewhere can be cruelty free. True. But the fact that none of that is some of the stuff, some of the ingredients from Japan can sometimes contain certain things that can be nasty. A lot of jewellery that is shipped from Japan and from India has something in it that the human body rejects. I remember that from a documentary I watched. But if in those 5 countries, in Europe, the US, Canada and Australia, all have their own warehouses, first of all, he's not that big of a company. If he was, then why did the website fail so much? Why wasn't the ingredients list on the website before the launch? That's what I would have done. And that's what a lot of people have done. Before an item goes on to Jeffree Star's website, for example, the ingredients list is already there. It's already waiting to go ready. And the same with so many other people. He calls people out for things and then he doesn't do them. And then he whinges when people say to him, well, you haven't posted things. And it's like, well, it's on my Instagram. Bitch, where? This is his last Instagram that was, not giving me, 4 days ago. The Dinner at 8 collection is one of the most semi-velvet finished that intensified with the ombre look liner included in the collection. Now, to me, I'm sorry, but that looks like some dry ass lipstick. Sorry, just my opinion. Also, where's the ingredients list? Because on here, let's have a look. And I think that no, it's still here. Here. Ingredients list posted on Instagram. Anybody wants to screen cap this and send it to anybody, feel free. It says the ingredients list posted on Instagram. Where? This is his Instagram. You tell me where the ingredients list is, because I can't see it. It is. So much of this is weird. Another thing I don't think people have talked about yet is something that about him starting a Kuckian magazine, something the young person I saw saying anything was PT. Yeah, because it says it on his here publication. If you go onto the website, if you look under publication, it states here, Kuckian publication. Kuckian is the world's first publication dedicated solely to showcasing the finest makeup artistry, product design and beauty photography, with all profits generated from sales being donated exclusively to the Kuckian Foundation. Now, first of all, most people in the makeup world won't touch it. John won't touch him. Sorry, not John. Jeffree won't touch him. Most of the makeup gurus won't touch him. Most of the makeup companies won't touch him because he talks so much shit about them. And him expecting people to then submit their images to his publication is ridiculous. And if he starts taking people's art off their Instagram, he starts taking the pictures off their Instagram, as we've seen with Kylie Jenner, that's just going to get him into a whole world lot of hurt. I'm coming off that because you can see what I'm doing. There we go. That's better. Oh, it just keeps getting worse. But yeah, if anybody wants to, please send this video to Margot, because if she can use these screen grabs, actual fact, I will grab them now and I will send them to her. So fast. Save as. So I will send her them, and then she can do with them as she pleases. I will send them with her later. But yeah, he's trying to break into a world that hates him. Why? It's like me breaking into the makeup world. Why would I? I'm not a makeup artist, neither is he. And half of the stuff that he was showing us highlighters on his making these things look just like. In fact, I'll show you what it looked like. It looked like this stuff, which is just normal holographic glitter. That's what it looks like. That he was putting this all over his face. That's what it looked like to me. What is wrong with him? He makes none to little sense. And the fact that people are falling for this shit is unbelievable. And worryingly unbelievable. Oh, I tell you. But yeah, I hope Marco does go in on him even harder, because I know she's already gone in on him hard. And I hope Peter does as well, because the fact that he's saying these things about Peter when they are not true is horrible. And these last couple of weeks has been a bit of a bad one for British YouTubers, because we've had everything that kicked off with Zoella last week and the week before with Hello World and the calendar, and then this week it's been John. You know, the bigger YouTubers are showing the rest of us up by saying this is what we're like, when we're not. Oh, right, I'm gonna have to come off before I blow a gasket. I need to chill. So I will probably do a live stream maybe Sunday night. Other half goes back to work Sunday, so. But yeah, Sarah, if you're still here, please forward this live stream to Margot and tell her that I will inbox her the screen grabs I've caught, and if she wants to use any part of the live stream, she's more than welcome to. Because you've seen things as I've done them, and that's the beauty of doing live streams. nobody can. Well, they've been accusing Matthias of faking his live streams because people say, yeah, but how do you switch past? And one day I will show you how it does it. But it is possible to swap between your things. Anyway, but I would definitely send this over to her because this guy's dangerous and people need to know. People need to know their crap. But yeah, but nobody put anybody who's watching this, please don't take to heart what I said about Chinese items. It's just sometimes they can't be cheaply made and they break easily. And if some of his packaging has come from the People's Republic of China, then that is worrying because it isn't the best made. So, but time will tell. Time will tell. Stay safe, be good, have fun, and I will see you very, very soon.